What if you had the power to travel back in time? Would you change anything? Picture this. One moment you're in the present, the next you're stepping into yesterday or a century ago. This isn't just a fantasy, but a reality for our protagonist. A reality that brings with it a whirlwind of implications, moral quandaries, and the tantalizing option to reshape the world. Imagine the power to rewrite history, to alter the course of events. This is the story of one such individual. Meet our protagonist, an ordinary person with an extraordinary discovery. In the heart of our everyday world, where the extraordinary often hides in plain sight, our protagonist, let's call him Ravi, stumbles upon a discovery that is anything but ordinary. A seemingly innocuous artifact, tucked away in his grandfather's dusty attic, holds the key to a secret as old as time itself: the ability to travel through time. Imagine that for a moment. The ability to traverse the corridors of time, to witness history firsthand, or to peek into the future. It's the stuff of dreams and science fiction, but for Ravi, it was suddenly, startlingly real. Like any of us would, Ravi was initially overwhelmed. The enormity of his discovery, the implications, the possibilities, they all rushed at him like a tidal wave. But the human spirit is nothing if not resilient, and Ravi, despite the initial shock, decided to do what any self-respecting sci-fi enthusiast would do. He decided to test it. His first few experiments were cautious, tentative. He would travel a few minutes into the past, then a few hours. Each successful journey was a testament to the unbelievable reality of his discovery. But with each experiment, Ravi's confidence grew, and so did his curiosity. He began to push the boundaries, exploring further into the past and venturing into the future. He saw the rise and fall of civilizations, witnessed the turning points of history, and even caught glimpses of what the future might hold. It was exhilarating, terrifying, and utterly captivating. But as Ravi delved deeper into the mysteries of time, he began to grasp the enormity of what he held in his hands. He held the power to change history, to alter the course of humanity. It was a power that was as intoxicating as it was daunting. With great power comes great responsibility, and our protagonist was just beginning to understand this. Time travel isn't all fun and games. It has its repercussions. Let's delve deeper into the potential aftermath of such a mind-boggling capability. Consider for a moment, what would happen if you went back in time and unknowingly altered an event? Let's say you stop your younger self from eating a peanut butter sandwich that you now remember caused an allergic reaction. Seems harmless, right? Well, not exactly. You see, by stopping that incident, you've created a ripple effect. In the original timeline, that allergic reaction led to a doctor's visit where you met a nurse who later became your best friend. But in this new timeline, that meeting never occurs. Your life as you know it changes. This is known as the butterfly effect, a concept which states that a small change can make much bigger changes happen. One small incident can have a big impact on the future. Now imagine this on a larger scale. What if a time traveler decides to alter a significant event in history? The assassination of a world leader, the outcome of a war, the discovery of a life-altering technology. The potential impact on society is unimaginable. We would be living in an entirely different world, one sculpted by the whims of time travelers. And then there's the paradoxes. The grandfather paradox, for instance, questions what would happen if a person travels to the past and kills their own grandfather before the conception of their father or mother. Would that person cease to exist? Or would an alternate timeline be created where they never existed in the first place? These perplexing dilemmas underline the inherent danger of tampering with time. It's not just a question of can we, but should we? But let's not forget our protagonist in all of this. Every decision, every alteration, every step back in time is shaping not just the world, but their life, their future. They are learning, sometimes the hard way, that every action has a reaction. Our protagonist was learning that meddling with time could have unforeseen and far-reaching effects. Should we change the past if we have the power to do so? A question that resonates deeply within us. A question that sends shivers down our spines as we ponder the enormity of its implications. Time travel is not just a thrilling concept, it's a Pandora's box of moral and ethical dilemmas that we must grapple with. Imagine, for a moment, being able to turn back the hands of time. With this power, we could right the wrongs, rectify our mistakes, or even prevent disasters. But in doing so, Aren't we tampering with the natural order of things? The past, after all, is a tapestry woven from countless threads of actions and consequences. Pull one thread and the entire tapestry could unravel. Then there's the character's internal struggle. They're torn between the desire to make things better and the fear of unintended consequences. It's a classic battle of the human heart, one that echoes the age-old debate of good versus evil, right versus wrong. But let's consider the ethical implications of changing the past. If we alter an event, are we not robbing individuals of their experiences, however painful they might be? These experiences shape us, make us who we are. To erase them would be to deny our very humanity. And what about consent? If we change someone's past, do they not deserve to have a say in it? After all, it's their life we're meddling with. It's a thorny issue, one that underscores the immense responsibility that comes with the power of time travel. So, we find ourselves at an impasse. On one hand, the allure of rewriting history and creating a better world is almost irresistible. On the other, the ethical quandaries it throws up are daunting. It's a moral maze that we must navigate with caution and wisdom. Our character, like us, is caught in this whirlwind of conflicting emotions and moral dilemmas. It's a struggle, a battle of the mind and heart that tests their mettle, forcing them to question their beliefs and confront their fears. It was clear that time travel wasn't a toy to play with, but a powerful tool that needed to be used wisely. So, what happens next? How does our protagonist resolve this conundrum? As we delve into the resolution, our protagonist grapples with the immense power of time travel. It's a heady mix of excitement, fear, and a profound sense of responsibility. After all, he holds in his hands the power to shape reality itself. The first few trips were thrilling, an exhilarating leap into the unknown. The past was revisited, history was relived, and the future was previewed. But with every journey, the realization dawned that time, once altered, can never be the same again. Every action, every decision, each ripple in the fabric of time changed something. Sometimes insignificant, often monumental. Our protagonist saw the past and its immutable events, the future and its infinite possibilities, and the present, sandwiched between the two, bearing the weight of both. He saw how the past shaped the present and how the present would mold the future. He realized that time was not a straight line but a complex web of cause and effect, actions and reactions, choices and consequences, and then a moment of clarity. The protagonist understood that time travel was not about changing the past or predicting the future. It was about understanding the present. It was the realization that every moment in the present is a result of the past and a seed for the future. It was about the wisdom to accept the past, the courage to face the future, and the insight to live the present. The protagonist chose to use the power of time travel not to alter reality, but to understand it better, to learn from the past, prepare for the future, and live the present to its fullest. He realized that the present moment, fleeting and transient, was the most precious of all, because it was the only moment he could truly influence. In the end, our protagonist understood that time travel was a gift, not to change the past, but to understand the present and shape the future. So, what can we take away from this story? From the outset, we've delved deep into the enigmatic concept of time travel, a notion that has tickled the human imagination for centuries. We've explored its theoretical possibility, the scientific discoveries that hint at its existence, and the profound implications it could have on our understanding of the universe and our place in it. We've ventured into the moral quagmire that time travel presents, grappling with the ethical dilemmas that arise from the power to alter the past or to foresee the future. We've seen how this power can be both a gift and a curse, capable of bringing about great good or great harm. We've followed the journey of our character, who, despite the allure of time travel, had to confront the consequences of meddling with time. The lessons learned from their story are profound. They remind us that every moment, every decision, every action has its significance and weight, shaping the course of our lives in ways we may not always foresee. Time travel remains a tantalizing enigma, a concept that continues to captivate us with its infinite possibilities and its inherent paradoxes. It challenges our perception of reality, our understanding of cause and effect, and our notions of fate and free will. Time travel remains a fascinating concept, a tantalizing possibility. But as our story shows, it's not without its challenges and dilemmas. In the end, perhaps it's best to focus on making the most of the time we have here and now.